going to have to be on-point hammer swings from Sheer to get out. And I think that can be really difficult. So I think game plan early on for LNG, at least grouped up.
Look where Weiwei's going, though.
Yeah, just the cost that he has to pay. Try and take that first gank. Is Weiwei going to skip over his Krug's going immediately mid, catch Karen a ward, maybe?
That was so close. The scatter comes through. The CC chain. Karen should be fine. He does lose a huge chunk of his health, but that will be a faded ward that he will have to come back for. Oh, one extra now. Oh my god, the blade collar is just ripping through him here, and Guwon has returned for seconds. He wants more meals, and he wants more feed, as that will be the dog chowing down. 2 kills to NIP.
I'll say Weiwei should get through if you're Weiwei.
And I know hindsight is always 20/20, as
might be using the Gromp, sticking around, knowing how to opt for the blue big as ult comes in top.
Grand Starfall being used for the first time. Then go for the flash combo, and Sheer goes through with the Skyward Hammer, and they're going to get the kill. Weiwei picking it up. First kill of 2026. Really deep vision placed by NIP. Photic was taking it back and go ahead with the exhaust, and here comes the grand entrance combo, and beautifully done from safety, but also hyper carry potential, and now Photic's got his way set.
Yeah, I like the focus from NIP this game too. I mean, we were questioning the Xayah because it's difficult to play into Syndra. Jace can poke it, and Lucian Millie can poke it too, but this lane needed jungle intervention to go the way of NIP. Guwon got heavily involved in the bot lane. It's Photic.
Photic has to burn at the Feather Storm. Doesn't have another Blade Collar. Guwon's here. Grand Starfall used, but the Blade Collar comes through at the perfect time. Weiwei will be stopped.
That was kind of the tempo that he was using from Guwon's bot lane visits to get something. Was denied.
They barely saw Sheer there. He barely was seen through the vision there, and just gets instant
kind of a disastrous scenario for the projected bottom. He's a little bit too difficult to execute for a lot of teams. And again, Lucian Milio just not the right pairing with this champion. Like, yeah, you can set up for a lot of poke, but where's the utility? And that's where I think might be okay letting this go, given they have a 3 grub maiden empowered Yorick about to get some delicious plates on the top side. Yeah, they don't even have to TP Hoya down. They are going to TP him down.
Interesting.
As this is.
Oh, he's going to go right to the team. The grand entrance over top. The scout of the week goes really hard now. Weiwei goes into the backline, but he has nobody with him. Weiwei just solo dolo going down. 5 members strong of NIP.
And that top lane roll quest shields really, I think, got Hoya out of there. As he TP'd into 5, brought the maiden with him, and brings no one to the grave with him outside of Weiwei. As Weiwei goes in, tries a stronger team, ends up winning.
Is this thinking about it too much? I definitely am. I'm kind of making a little bit of bot lane, not able to get to objectives, not able to find map presence. Is this the sign of the times here, Cubby?
I think it's a sign of a better game plan from NIP.
Ooh, point blank petrifying gaze. Care should be able to get out with the flash here, as he'll wait until they move over and he'll burn it.
Good one. Actually started off Baron during that.
They must know now.
Hoya walked over a ward.
Yeah.
I don't think that ward saw Hoya drop the E. It did see Hoya drop that ward. See if Weiwei and the rest of LNG are up to it.
All right, Weiwei, first series back here in 2026. Might fight potentially. Going for the fight, though, into Hoya. Hoya, oh my god, the 3-man charm with the quickness. And now Nyang gets completely caught out by Guwon. Guwon just takes him down with the help of Care, and NIP are off to the races. Photic wants to go hard and wants to go ham as he finds the big kill with the Feather Storm Blade Collar combo.
Man, Photic and Fungyue stepping up big, as of course Photic not with his usual duo in Zhuo, who swapped places with Fungyue with NIP and Top Esports, but Fungyue having a fantastic debut here in Group Nirvana with his new team, as it really feels like every play has been made off the back of Guwon, but also Fungyue leading the charge, as this jungle support duo has been really on point pressuring LNG, as Fungyue makes an appearance mid while his positive at that.
Yeah, it is indeed, as NIP going to continue leaping the positives on top of each other. It's going to be a side lane tier 2 turret going down. They've got about a minute and a half for an Infernal Dragon Soul. Honestly, I think it's open season on LNG in the chillin'.
So, I double-checked myself on my J stats, by the way, as I think we have a reprieve in pushing. Jace currently sitting at a 43% win rate in the major regions. and there are 25 games between Zeus and Doran who have only lost 25. It's pretty
Wait, just going straight into the meat grinder there. As it's Sheer going for the solo play there, he was able to get a little bit of damage, was able to take down Photic, but the rest of his team ran with it, just like Nefiri's running away with this game.
I will say that the only positive win rate Jace has in a region is LCS, and Berserker's Jace was pretty nasty today, but still feel like NA teams, if you're losing in your first pick Jace, I mean, that's been a meme for centuries.
True.
That meme predates League Classic almost.
We'll see if they want to do a little bit of a final push here. We got 10 seconds on the Baron still available. Obviously, they have the Infernal Soul now, so they can kind of do what they want, try to find a way to end the game. Yana's trying to get as much stacks in the side lane as he can, try to get as much gold as he can with the bounties, and taking down the outer turret, but they are losing their base incrementally. Oh, they decide it's time. Okay.
Time for a second inhibitor.
Just pulling off the inhib. It's fine. And 5 strong with the Maiden making it 6 in the mid lane for NIP. Some of those folks from Sheer starting to hit home.
Very nice of you,
some TP wards, but not going to pull the trigger on those.
Very nice of you to make sure the Maiden's their own riff character.
Yeah.
I like to say 5.5. I think that's a lot more inclusive of you, though, that I appreciate.
Yeah. We try to be inclusive, you know?
We do try and be
It's
inclusive.
important.
So it's always good for all, you know? It's kind of
Very
the idea
true.
of inclusivity.
It is. That's great. It's crazy. It's like almost the definition. The definition of an almost over game, though, might just be 3 item spikes for the members of NIP. We talked about it earlier in the game, around 10 minutes, but the scaling for NIP just gets inevitable, it feels like, and they are starting to really come online here. I mean, you've almost got, 3.5 items for Guan, 3 items for Photic, 3 items for Care now as well.
Yeah, you know what's not inclusive, Mazel? Winning and losing.
True. It's also by definition not that.
Yeah. It's, like NIP's only got a few steps away to win, as we are... I'm always trying to give Mazel a little bit of a hard time up here.
Home arena
There's
buff?
not a lot of game to talk about. I'm sorry.
Is there a home arena buff? Was that the difference? Oh, wait. Goes in. Scatter the Week's pretty big, but 2 members get caught in the cage, and that will just be a sad day for LNG. The Chillins are getting locked up in NIP. They're just running around in their pajamas as they are looking to make a mark on this series and on this day, the final day of week number 1, and the final 2 teams to debut for Group Nirvana. NIP making quick work of LNG in this game number 1. 26.5 minutes in. They absolutely smashed this one.
I like this pick for Fungyue, and the 2 engagers for Fungyue, it feels like that's more of his forte. Again, I feel like Fungyue is rather somewhat consistent with his play between mages and engage. YCX, even if it didn't lead to anything, I think that was the right walk from him. As sneaking into a control ward now, Guan going to try and look bot, is spotted.
The exhaust, yep. It's so big. The Sonic Wave delay and the kill is over. The game over emote comes up from Guan, and that's a point here on the wrong side of the tracks here. The yellow card's going to be there, and yeah, it's just all she wrote here. The equalizer to try to clear the wave, and they're going to give the kill over to Care.
Honestly, really nice to
They really want to fight that, but they're hesitant. They don't want to move in.
Weiwei's going to smite one away.
That's going to be the yellow card. They full in straight onto Care. They don't get the damage down onto him. The kick comes through to deny the impale, and now Hoya's stacking back up the Mega Gnar, but he doesn't even need it. He's throwing boomerangs at people. The dredge line goes wide from YCX as it's going to be Sheer coming over to reinforce, but it's a 4v3. LNG taking a fight that they're down a man. They're just getting completely torn apart here, and Guan's flashing on people. Fungyue's not even going to go down, throws up the excited Teemo, the Baron pat on the head, and then I pay 5.
YCX is going to hover mid, and the play's not mid, it's actually bot. Yeah, the play's bot.
They didn't even need Guan. Guan's just there as a spectator.
He didn't even need Unbreakable. Just, maybe, I gotta say, for Fungyue, this split, maybe he's just really trying to show Photic that he's the better support,
Yeah, he should
but
be.
Photic and Zhuo Some history with Weiwei, by the way, going back to, I guess not the V5 days. That was PB God. How could I forget about the greatest IGN that ever exists in this game?
Greatest player of all time.
Oh.
Feng Yue is going to pop the Unbreakable finally. Two-man. Oh, he gets knocked into it. Feng Yue might go down. YCX hits a beautiful dredge line into the double depth charge, but he is going to go down first. Feng Yue hasn't died, but finally does. It's Weiwei that ends up getting him initially, and now Nya is going to help pick up another kill here as it actually goes over to 1xN. Sheer showed up too as he TP'd in. They're going to try to round warp on a Photic. Photic trying to get the up. They just sent 1xN by himself. The bullet time comes through. They get the kill for it anyways.
Okay, Shear's team.
There's a flank. There's a massive flank for Feng Yue. Realm Warp coming in. That's TP as well, I believe, coming through from Sheer. Depth charge going to be used on a Guon. He does flash preemptively to get away from it. Rift Herald secured by Weiwei. YCX very low, though, and they're getting surrounded. Feng Yue just goes into the pit. The Rift Herald has been popped. Weiwei trying to use it as an escape tool. No, it's the other one. As he goes through the wall, Hoya gets the double, the triple. He's looking for the knockback, and he gets him big time. He's going to try to take down Sheer's. Care comes back around from the side, as I don't know what 1xN found himself doing, but he is not a part of this fight, and NIP clean up.
That took the Shelly to the hills and tried to escape as the rest of NIP clean up the fight. Great engage from Hoya and a great start to the play from Feng Yue, who does go down, but I think well worth the life of the cow. Yeah, but right now, 1xN's Odysseus. He was the only one that was worthy enough to get out, thanks to Shelly and riding the wave beside, through the river.
I love the stretch.
We got there.
I needed that before the warm-up.
I needed the paw. I was like, what cows were in the movie again? It was Apollo. Thank you.
You're welcome. I got you. Lay up.
I'm sorry for the spoilers, by the way, for a story that's existed for 3,000 years. I apologize. Sure. I apologize.
How dare you? How dare you? The lead keeps growing. Another dragon goes the way.
Shut you down.
True.
So
we'll just walking into no vision enemy jungle with Feng Yue coming over top and the double knockback. He's going to get the Destiny Gate in here too. Carrick instantly gets depth charge. Hoya's waiting for the big Meganar ult on the side, but he's just dying to turrets here as he gets flashed on by Nya. I don't know what Hoya was thinking, but he just gave his life away.
That's a +1 for LNG. They can't get any neutrals out of it, but we just get a kill for themselves. A little bit ambitious there from Hoya. Regular season for last split.
Yeah.
And they were a team that, again, the least likely team that we felt like was going to demote the group Nirvana in that do or die best of 5. So
the outer turret. Oh, he got him. All right.
All right.
It's, more gold. The final outer turret does fall. NIP have a lot more wiggle room between the bases of LNG, or at least between the lanes. You can see LNG just kind of trying to hold the line here. 4-1 setup for them as a defensive structure. But the Destiny's going to be popped in top lane. Yellow card connects. They can't get the damage down because the turret's already firing.
Dragon is up. It looks like the focus is on the side lanes and using the grubs as the turret falls topside. And NIP is going to leave this one to LNG. So Dragon given, gold acquired.
Were they leaving?
Baron attempted.
Maybe it's just an appetizer. As this is bold, NIP. How many games have we seen flipped on its head because of an errant Baron and the realm warp over it?
You played a lot of it.
Are we gonna bring that back now? We got Camille. We got.
No, if you want to bring that back, go open up League Classic. We'll call it a 4K gold lead. With TF, of course, being rather wealthy himself in the mid-lane for care.
Stealing money from people.
It is the wild, wild west, Miss L.
Oh, they're actually going to make a play on a YCX here. A wall bang comes through on the Feng Yue. Feng Yue gets dragged back in. He's going to have to do something to get himself out as he gets impaled through.
Oh!
4-man knock up, and he's still alive. He's still alive. Okay, he finally dies, but that means NIP have already won the fight when all of the focus goes to the support. Sheer's trying to make a hero play, but he just gets put down in the dirt. The yellow card comes through. The FPX emote comes up. A triple kill for Care and a Baron for the ninjas in pajamas.
Love seeing Feng Yue emoting in the player cam too. We saw some emotion, some clapping, as that was a 4-man ground pound that absolutely stymied any chance of a win in the fight for LNG. the brand new support for NIP, who really tried to ruin the fight. Equalizer dropped.
Equalizer's
it was
bad.
oh yeah, it wasn't good enough. It was escaped from pretty fast by Hoya and Fotic as the support falls again for LNG. YCX goes down, and the push continues as NIP putting the finishing touches to a rather convincing 2-0 to open up their Group Nirvana journey.
And I'm extremely proud and happy for NIP, especially Fungyue. Fungyue just put on a highlight reel this series, and so did Guwon. I think Care has shown up really big here, but I'm disappointed in LNG, a team that I really wanted to see kind of give them a fight, thinking it was going to go to 3 games, but NIP proved they have put it together, that they are trying to contest for that top 2 here in Group Nirvana. That's the goal for all these 2 teams, and now that we've seen both sets, we know that NIP might just be the real deal. There's going to be the knock-through coming through. YCX doesn't find anything, neither does Weiwei, and Weiwei's debut in 2026 is going to go down in sadness as NIP are putting the finishing touches. Fungyue still unkilled, still going forward, at least in this moment, and the Nexus falls.
Experience on the characters, or B, you know, the costs that come with playing the Jace jungle instead of something that does bring a little bit of gank potential with the pillar. That's going to Syndra as long as possible.
Fresh ward here from Keshi, so I feel really bad for him because now his wave is pushing away. Trundle's going to show.
Oh, Keshi. I feel like you saw Xiaohao for a good, like, 0.75 seconds before you started turning in the opposite direction, my man. That is what, but this is a tough outplay to do. He is not Cassante. He is still level 5 on this Olaf. Gonna try to race for 6. Could be the best thing for him. He cannot do it. ZDZ gets his first of the game. But Feather now getting involved in the bottom lane. Goes forward for the dash. Locks down Perukia on advancing forward as well with the Ghost. Lead on Keshi distance-wise. He's going to arrive much sooner. And ThunderTalk realized this. They have to back away. Haru still defending mid, and all 5 members of EDG going to arrive at the Dragon. They're going to collect this.
Yeah, Mountain Drag did a hell of a number on On's health bar. This might just be an in and steal.
Feather trying to get in there, tries to make the steal happen for Junhao, will not succeed. Flashback out, tons of damage here. Perukia gonna get executed by Keshi. He's gonna be able to run down his lane counterpart, gets that kill as well. On shows up, has the taunt from Feather to line up a target for a 3rd kill. ThunderTalk find a beautiful team fight for the...
All of this short-range damage from EDG when you have the Trundle, and even the Nautilus, and even this Jace, can't do anything when there's a anti-auto attack field thanks to the Shen. Really clutch stuff. I hope we get into
both sides. See if ZDZ can get more value out of this Jace this time.
Perukia.
Very nice taunt comes through from Feather. Perukia not able to Spider-Man his way out in time, tries to flash away, but Junhao's all over that.
I'm a little bit worried because ThunderTalk are scaling completely fine in this game.
Definitely Haru continuing to farm up here at a little bit of a risk for a dive, but Feather is here to back up his mid laner. Still is a 4 versus 2. They're going to have to back away Scatter, going to stop Xiaohao in his tracks, but they do stay on top of Haru.
Very, very dangerous there for the Syndra.
Yeah, I don't think EDG are happy with this at all. They don't get access to the Dragon. They don't get the full turret on top side. They give Keshi a solo turret on the bottom side. He's getting to free farm, get himself back into the game. He's less behind the Jace than he was before those 3 plates went over, and now still able to just establish control over all 3 lanes are ThunderTalk. They maintain themselves a 1,000 gold lead. And they're still scaling into this game. Leave about to get caught. Taunt flash into the Cataclysm. Can't quite finish him off, though. He flashes away. On flashes after, connects the full distance boomerang, and now has Perukia to just tear apart. 2 kills to On. ThunderTalk 2-0.
And ThunderTalk are going to go from an 1,800 gold lead to potentially 1,000 plus on this. Syndra's hitting a turret. She's going to get that. They try to cancel the Rift Hold, and it completely fails. They get a mid-tier 1. They're going to go for more.
And this is going to just be another charge in from Junhao. Manages to get a second connection on through. Xiaohao, love the idea with the pillar, brother, but...
I really wanted to see more map plays coming in from EDG.
Junhao making it happen again. Over the wall, gets onto ZDZ, forces the flash on a hit.
Go.
Waiting on the opposite side. They managed to get away from the scatter somehow, but On is still here with the damage. Haru there to back him up, and they find their man one way or the other. Sky operated to start a fight. And this isn't a composition that's really built to be able to do that. This is the R5 Sivir, remember, from ThunderTalk. They waited to see everything up before locking in this champion, and Honest getting paid off for that nicely.
But if they don't do anything, they don't find anything, it's also still over.
Oh, Feather coming in on the flank. They see an opportunity onto ZDZ. They find Xiaohao en route, though, and they're happy to blow the CC onto him. Scout of the Week connects. Cataclysm comes out. Flash is forced. Taunt connects onto ZDZ. Haru there for the backup damage. On coming through the base portal, coming into the middle of 3 members, and happy to be able to take that fight. Once again, this guy is just too far ahead. 2-0 team fight for Thunder Talk, and they're going to rip the Baron.
I don't think this Baron is real. It is Ziggs. Trundle's going to come out of base, and Feather On are really, really low. You see that because On can't stand and fight. They're just going to turn.
Ragnarok is up. Here comes the Flash Scout of the Week coming out of Haru. Leave going to have to get back over the wall, but On and Feather are waiting on the other side. Realmore about to safety for Xiaohao, but a 3rd kill is received. The Baron might have been fake, but that kill gold is all too real.
Yeah, you should never be allowed to take a portal and live, but Spell Shield
Stand united,
plus Shen
baby.
ult. Yeah.
All right, well, Baron round 2, melting down very fast here. On doing a lot of damage to this one. It's down below 2k. Xiaohao looking for the steal. Scout of the Week going to keep him at bay. And in goes Junhao. Gets that Cataclysm onto the
On!
He doesn't have flash, but look at the damage on On. Way too much, way too fast, and On is shut down. But the Olaf is popping off. He's Ragnaroking through the team. It's a double kill to Keshi. And just like that, Leave is the last one standing. And Junhao has no interest in letting him go. Thunder Talk run down the Ziggs, ace to Thunder Talk.
And they're going to go for even more. They've got a top turret they can hit. They've got an inhibitor turret that they can take plates off of. And Thunder Talk just roll over them. It is a 1-for-5 trade in favor of them. And now they're going to go all the way up to 10,000 gold and look impossible to break right before the Hex Tech Soul's up.
Yeah, they've got too many threats now. The Olaf has
He did not push the pace of the game. A few too many mistakes with generating leads around the map. Junhao's invincible, man.
Yeah, Junhao is just always looking for the next fight. In comes the Cataclysm. Peruki doesn't have the flash, and that means Peruki is not staying on the map. Haru cleaning up that kill. 5v4 on the map.
He is a 3-item Jarvan with a GA at 26 minutes. He feels like Thanos.
They are going to try to roll more about. They will successfully do so. Keshi, though, getting that cooldown in exchange for his Ragnarok, which will be back up in pretty short order. And meanwhile, On just gets to push onto this bot lane turret.
Is Feather going to find the solo kill?
No
Because
way.
it might be level 15 to 11, but I'm pretty sure you still lose.
ZDZ going to put that one to the test here. I don't know. I don't know about this. Protoplasm Artist is popped. ZDZ.
All right.
He's got to use his flash. He gets the kill. Also, there goes Keshi, who gets picked somehow in the mid lane, but it's going to be return fire from Haru from On, and they will trade back too. It's a 3v3 on the map. Thunder Talk going to secure the mid inhibitor and back away.
Okay, my fault. I did not think that Feather would miss all of his spells. You know, if that's the case, then yeah, sure. ZDZ can win. He had to lose his flash for it. But guess what now, Gordo? Thunder Talk, they get a Hextech Soul. The Baron's going to run out. They get 5,000 gold from this. EDG will get a kill on Keshi, a kill on Feather. They'll take this turret if they're lucky. That's not even going to go and happen for them. Thunder Talk are in complete...
Barreling down top lane. What do you do about it, EDG?
I don't think there's very much they can do. You can play on 2 if you really need it, but I mean, I like the fact that we see Junhao and Feather staying off in Fog of War, controlling it so EDG can do nothing. You can put a pillar, that's nice.
Oh, there goes the Cataclysm. They lock down ZDZ, looking to just focus down this Jason. Junhao will do so. Hook connects on the Feather. I don't think that's the target you wanted. Flag and drag through the team. Knock up on a Bulldog. They're just going to take him down one at a time. Realm Warp interrupted. Xiaohao barely clinging to life with that subjugate, but not for long. On finds him with the boomerang. And Thunder Talk, in a very solid performance, will be able to take out game number 1. They struggled a little bit in the early game, but in classic EDG fashion, not able to finish it out. Thunder Talk take the lead.
22-6? 15,000 gold lead if they can grab and get this kill
Gets
on
the chance to play an Enchanter versus Enchanter meta matchup here. I'm also curious to see Perukia on the Karma. This is his first Karma this year. I know it feels weird to say on a year that's had so
but he really does not want to get spotted. He wants to try to invade.
Ooh, Keshi gonna be forced to flash early here, but ZDZ's running him down on the Gnar. Flashes underneath the turret. So long-term consequence. The TP right back from Keshi. Here comes the dive onto Pyjamas, who is left out to dry here. Is gonna use the flash, but Junhao is all over him and will pick up his first of the game. Game number 2. It is building a lead up to EDG. There's going to catch him with the Gnar, and ZDZ going to look for another solo kill as he shifts back into mini form. Easy on the Mbessa. EDG are going to successfully cash this out for the Dragon. The very first going to fall here at 9:30. A little late. I'm not going to be thinking about soul stack. This is probably just them saying, you know what, we've somehow lost top lane so hard that we have to give up Dragons. Haru up too far. Xiaohao over the wall, and this guy is not getting out of here. Wastes the flash, although is running it out. He's staying alive up against Bulldog. One more Twin Fang will do it. Does not manage to turn it around. Xiaohao got a little too caught.
You could just go for a couple of fights, especially if you're going to be going for a Youmuu's Ghost Blade on the Jhin.
TP over to try to partake, or are they just going to give this one up? They're still dancing around. Here comes the TP. Haru is arriving to the scene. ThunderTalk want to challenge for this. They think they've set themselves up one of their mid-game fights to be able to take this game back. They're going to launch the engage onto Keshi. He gets caught out by the charm. He will be executed in no time, and ZDZ does have his Mega Gnar back and available. Curtain Call opened up. Junhao diving on the leave. He's going to be able to shift out to safety. Curtain Call connects out of Pyjamas. Takes him to about half HP. The Rift Herald's been smited down by Xiaohao. Objective goes to EDG. Kills go to EDG. Get this one. I mean, they're going to be challenging for Soul for the rest of the game. ZDZ is still just so powerful in the side lane. There is no available response. But for right now, as long as they see him pushing on this top side, maybe that opens up an opportunity to secure some vision in the river. They play away from...
And he's going to teleport in. So is Bulldog. Keshi needs to join his team if there's going to be any chance. ThunderTalk, they had position over the Dragon. That Herald gives EDG the ability to walk back in. Leave. You have to be so careful.
Leave zoned out. Keshi has gotten in off the back of the TP. They do connect the Deadly Flourish. They connect the follow-up with the Encore. In goes Keshi with a beautiful public execution, and they get a one-shot out of the Ahri. Kiting it back out. Haru stays alive. Haru takes down his opposite jungler. Pyjamas pushed out through the bottom. Haru 1v1 with the Dragon, sustaining up onto it. EDG forced off the play. They lose their potential.
In half. It is 3-4. I thought this game feels like there's a lot more action than maybe it is reflected in the kill count side of the map. If they make a pick here, they're going to turn to Baron and try to squeeze more summoner spells out. Haru, you need to be careful. You have no flash, and you're getting completely flanked right now. Nobody from ThunderTalk know this is happening.
No, not a chance to get out of this from Haru. The charm doesn't connect, though. It hits a minion. Just gives them a little bit of time to trade back, but it would be. But this is why having bought that extra time by taking the Dragon last time is so important for ThunderTalk.
Guys, just hit the turret. It's what, 45 HP. It was one auto attack from going down. The turret goes away in bottom lane thanks to Keshi. I'm looking at these side lanes, still an advantage for EDG. Gnar goes Mega now, which means he'll have it up for the time.
He's had a good amount of rage. Well set up to be able to go Mega shortly into the team fight. He's TPing into the long brush by mid here. And does arrive to the scene. And they're going over the wall. They're just going to pull the trigger onto Haru. He's up too far. He is one shot. And ThunderTalk immediately have to bail.
He has 3 items, but none of them are a Zhonya's or a Seeker's Arm Guard. So great punish coming in from EDG. It's exactly the snap we need to see when you're playing Vi Ahri. Dragon Soul goes over, or Dragon Soul Point goes over to EDG, and no ability to contest in mid.
They're trying to send everything they have on towards ZDZ. He's going to back away, but he does get taken down. And they will be able to back on away. Hound's Pursuit resets. A quick pick for ThunderTalk to bring them at 4v4 on the map. And now taking control over of this top side. They're going to try to punish as much as they can. Bulldog forced to flash backwards. Worried about follow-up CC. And ThunderTalk just continuing to eke out little bits and pieces here and there.
Yeah, that's just Baron. I mean, it's a 4-on-5. Haru's going to be able to TP, and he has a Rod of Ages and this Riley's Crystal Scepter. He is so tanky. Now they're just going to be able to shred this. Can Xiao find the steal?
Yeah, Haru stepping up. He has arrived to the fight as a 5 score. Flash, Petrifying Gaze does not connect the stun, but forces out both Leave and Bulldog. Over the wall, almost a missed smite, but it goes to... And flashing forward, knowing the execute threshold to be able to finish it. Now ZDZ in Mega, gonna get pushed off this top turret. They will secure it for themselves, and ThunderTalk don't have to stop there.
EDG need to be able to answer on side lanes. I know this is Baron, I know this is 3 Grubs, but losing push on bottom lane wave and mid lane's even, this is a good spot for ThunderTalk to get a lot of gold before this next dragon.
Yeah, tearing through some of these topside plates. They get the inner. Wouldn't mind seeing somebody moving over to one of these side lanes to take advantage of these wave states, but you know, if EDG's not doing it, ThunderTalk are going to be happy to just 5-on-5 siege. They're getting plenty of damage on a cross. Haru stepping up, finding good damage. The threat of the miasma preventing them from defending. An inner turret will drop. It's up to a 2.5k gold lead now for ThunderTalk. Baron power play doing very well for them, as now they look to push the wave up in mid. Fishing with the charm, Bulldog does not find it.
Very dicey. That could have been a charm that wins you the game right there, but I'm looking at the stacked waves here on sides. A great spot for ThunderTalk to be in. 40 seconds. It's going to be this wave, and then the next one after that. That'll be the last ones we see with this Baron. They're going to get 2-3 turrets off of this.
Opening up the curtain call once again. Miasma doing a whole lot of work. It's right into the Miasma. Leave shifts into the Miasma. Gets himself picked. Down he goes.
Oh, Xiaohao's looking. He's in Fog of War. Fullbreaker goes on cooldown. That's 4 seconds. They're instead turning on to ZDZ. That is Hound's Pursuit.
4v4, Haru did drop in the clapback fight, so it's a carry for carry exchange. Bulldog now with 1 tick left of Spirit Rush, still getting pushed back. Keshi advancing forward with the Drake Hound step. They're working on this inhibitor. They will secure it before the Baron drops on off.
They just got 4,000 gold from this. I mean, like 80.
I mean,
that was a
Keshi.
Fog of War. That was a Fog of War and Bessel. I see the vision. And Xiaohao's dead!
Oh no, Xiaohao found Teshi TP's on top of his head to claim the kill for himself. Dragon spawning dogs. That will go over the way of ThunderTalk, and ZDZ and Haru now caught in a 1v1. Good dodge on that Petrifying Gaze from ZDZ, and a little early on the stasis. Should give over the one-on-one, or will it? Haru trying to fight it out. Flashes back onto his own Miasma. Will be able to regen a little bit.
Would this game have changed if On had landed some of these deadly flourishes? Picks onto Perukia, picks onto Leave. Not materializing for this team. Baron is getting started. Bulldog is walking here. ZDZ has no Mega Gnar for this fight. This might just go over unless Xiaohao can find some kind of a steal. This is another Baron.
Barrage coming on across, going to give them that little bit of vision. Xiaohao going to look for the steal, cannot get it, goes for the flash engage instead. They send everything they've got on Haru, and they do not kill him. Finally, Bulldog going to get the job done, but it's after the rest of the team fight has already been decided. Flash forward from Feather for the beat drop to lock down the carries.
That's it!
An ace to ThunderTalk for just the kill on Haru. It took them so damn long to stop that Cassiopeia, and before they know it, the team fight is over. 2-0 series for ThunderTalk to start off their first win of the split.
Show me On's player cam after that Baron another time. I need 100 of those. Inhibitor's gonna respawn. It's not gonna matter. Death timers are long, and they've got a Baron here. ThunderTalk getting revenge for On here yet again, and they're gonna
super easy to execute on. On the other side, it is quite easy. You know, you've got the Vi. You've got this really nice front to back with a Vi. You can also dive engage supports to roam. We just play Karma Milio and we'll roam anyway. And like
we're so back, man. We're fighting over blue buffs at level 2. This is the LPL. I've missed you so much. Smite's going to go over to Shun here. He's going to get some health back, but Shanks has the first one. Immediate flash there from Shun. Try and get closer to Hope, who gets the double tap down and picks up first blood with ease. Vaultbreaker Flash is going to grab Old, who takes an extra turn shot on the way out. And this should just be more gold going back over to Hope, but the light-piercing shots don't find that kill. Knight, meanwhile, is in a 1v1 with Shanks, hoping he doesn't get popped into his egg. Remember, Hope and Kyle both without flash. Kyle nowhere near level 6 either by this point. Both supports at level 4. They could be fighting over this crab. Vaultbreaker forward comes across from Tarzan trying to burst down on. There comes the Coley, but Shanks will pick up the easy kill. The season assist interrupts Shoot trying to dive the backline on his own. And a great flash from Shanks gets him out of dodge. Down goes Tarzan. Into the egg form goes Knight, but Viper is trapped in the back of the pit. Knight is going to resurrect here, but he's got Kyle and Hope right on top of him. Good stun and fade away, but Billy
have been able to get a little bit more damage down as diving bot.
Yeah, they just spot Kyle. Tether's going to land here. Can the Mystic Shot go through?
Wow.
Yes, it can. Snipe down from Viper. He's been...
Are not going to go over. No, of course. Shun's thinking about it. He's not gonna. Just Dragon for AL.
At 11 minutes, that is the opening Dragon. So
15 minutes, maybe a little bit later, with one item, boots completed, pushing mid waves is in top.
Wembo just getting walked down. I mean, Breathe had the Gnar bar stacked up pretty highly here. He's going to use the Gnar ultimate. Public execution this time will be sidestepped by Tarzan, and Wenbo is mincemeat here for Tarzan, who is looking for a feast. Only a matter of time. One more vault
in
breaker.
The mid lane, pushing in, while Lucian is in the bot lane, kind of sad. And here comes Realm Warp.
BLG getting pinched. Yeah, the Realm Warp is going to bring 3 members of AL. Vaultbreaker flash from Tarzan's going to lock on in place. Tether his last-ditch effort as Greg gets something back for BLG, but Breathe finds that kill. Knight trying to flash away from a Rune Prison. Lockdown from Shanks here. He does have access to that passive, but the cease and desist is going to make sure he's going into an egg for one way or another. But Shun is able to pop Tarzan. There's the passive down. Do they have enough DPS before he reses? Yes, they do. Breathe in Mega Gnar fashion will make it a winning play there for AL as they overload the top side.
Yep, Breathe's having a great game so far in this first game. Now, he's the one up 1k. Tarzan does die and is no longer up a meaningful amount of gold, but Breathe is up a lot. Wenbo will even that up a little bit with the tier 1 turret taken, but now the Gnar TP's back down, can maybe do a bit of chunk instead. Wenbo
is going to likely dissolve that dive. The wave is done for, and BLG look to go unpunished taking this top lane tier 1.
Really like this. I don't know if this is the team that did it first, but I like to call this the Gen G, where you rotate almost your entire team to specifically constantly winning mid-push against Lucian, which should never happen.
Yeah.
Lucian Milio should always have wave pro. I know Karma's scary, but they are trying.
Tarzan's trying to force this, right? He starts to drag it up on his own. Wenbo's going to disturb him a bit. Public execution, though, is going to snipe onto Kyle. Immediately uses that breath of life. And Viper's poke is starting to come through here onto Tarzan. Wenbo trying to create some space between Breathe and Tarzan. No cease and desist, though. And the Gnar bar is quickly dissipating. He's going to be able to get that ultimate. The stun, followed by the Vault Breaker, is pretty seamless. And Breathe will pick up that kill. But here comes the BLG flank. Shun from behind is trying to corner the Pandas in their cage here. And they've caught Hope. Viper gonna knock him down with a Mystic Shot, and there's the Rift Herald charge into the tier 2. Breathe is trapped between the wall and all of BLG, and Shun pounces on him. No dragon needed for BLG. They're just gonna gobble up a ton of gold to the tune of 2,500.
Yep, great delay play from Wenbo there. Sacrifices himself, but buys not only a lot of time, but also does enough damage so that when BLG come over, it's easy pickings for some low health AL members. I don't have another way to put it. Hope is just useless this game. He is doing nothing at all on a duo that is very strong. I get Ezreal Karma is scary in the lane, but it's become a massive problem in this first game.
Problem is, all this attention towards the top side. Viper with that mid push like you were talking about, with the help of Knight and On, will get rid of that last tier 1 turret.
Get the Cloud Soul. They can close the gap a lot easier. Dragon being started up here. Flash is available for all carries, but Hope is in the bot lane.
I'm just going to play for that turret gold. It is, remember, only the third Drake of the game. The first one we got was at 11 minutes, so third Drake damage is possible. But in compositions where you think you're going to throw a lot of Qs out, you can go Shojin. Neither are a bad choice is what I'll say. BLG are back to that Baron sneaking antic you talked about, Jay Beto, and Tarzan going to Vault Breaker over the wall. He's going to go after the support. Sees an assist on to On. Going to survive for now. Shun goes all in with the Hound's Pursuit, but he will be interrupted. Wenbo going to TP right on top of Shakes his head, though. Tarzan going to Vault Breaker on top of him. Flashes come out as Breathe gets a 2-man Gnar bar and picks off Viper. The big bad Ezreal drops to the floor, and now AL can flourish. Shun going to look for a trade, but can't even get it. Well, it goes untargetable and does actually end up finding Tarzan, but he's the only one that ends up surviving in the river. AL finally make that miracle pick and slow down the BLG freight train.
What a huge ult from Breathe. Single-handedly wins the fight, but a mistake from BLG. Their Shun's is way worse. Where are you going, my man? And then Wenbo's in way too deep. Health bars from BLG alone, then Breathe finds this awesome flash ult onto 3 in the backline, and Wenbo, yes, he's diving, but it's just not quite doing enough. He does it again. AL want to do the dragon, and BLG say, no, you're not allowed. We're doing the Baron. They do it much faster.
burning through it with Viper's damage. Tarzan, Vault Breaker charge. He's going to get stunned, though, by Knight. The wall goes up, and Knight's going to prevent Tarzan from getting close enough. He does get near, but Shun's going to smite it away. Baron secure from BLG. Cease and assist on the Viper, but he arcade shifts away from Tarzan, and Shanks is caught in the Glacial Storm, right where Shun wants him, and Viper goes forward. Shun's Hound Pursuit gets on top of Hope, and the Darkened Daggers with the bleed will be enough to knock down the Lucian. BLG called the bluff of AL, and now they're going to break them open down the seams. Viper finds a second onto Kyle. BLG break open game 1.
Yep. And that might have been the thing that broke the entire game completely. AL might not be able to come back at all. This should be BLG getting Cloud Soul point as well. If they can't even just end the game right now.
Have to see here. They're on to that inhibitor turret. They seem a little sheepish, J Beto. They're going to back off. They're going to take the safer approach.
Yeah, 10 seconds, so that's a bit risky. Got to take your advantages here. But the Baron goes down so quickly. AL also do the Baron quite fast with a Gnar, with a Lucian, and a Vi. But BLG do...
Yeah, 4 of them to the T of their entire kill lead. Baron push is full throttle onto this tier 2 turret here. And with Onivia as well, that Glacial Storm, the threat of a slow, the threat of a wall that will allow Shun to dive forward, Wenbo to get that public execution is such a daunting task to solve for AL. So they're going to give up that tier 2 turret. BLG are indexing everything into this top lane push with supers pouring in from the mid lane. You just see how difficult the range Knight brings makes solving these waves for anyone's legend. They're going to try and go off to the side against Wenbo. Cease and assist goes on top of him. Tarzan has the GA. He doesn't care about his life. He's throwing it to the wind as Wenbo will drop to the flip.
That is the smarter decision, but it's BLG. Are they ever going to shy away from a fight like this?
Good call. They're not looking to. They said, Wenbo, you got that Cloud Drake. Shun, get on in there, my friend. Let's see about that smite. Tarzan will win it against Shun, who does have to flash away from a vault break from Tarzan.
Oh, big damage.
Shanks with the actualizer is able to force Knight into the egg form, and they'll knock him down. Now they cease assist on the Viper, but he interrupts with the arcade shift. Flashes away from Breathe. Viper kites back beautifully. All the GAs come up, and Hope's flash does nothing for him. Viper's able to survive until Breathe throws him into a wall, but it's too little, too late. Bye-bye, Pandas. Ace to BLG. And they'll walk up mid lane victoriously to take our game 1.
What a difficult fight from BLG. You can see how hard their comp really is to play. Knight dies instantly. So much damage coming out from Shanks. They lose the Baron to the flip. But Hope is just really not having a good game. He flashes, misses his W, dies from 1 HP. And they take down Breathe at the end to wrap out a very back and forth game number 1 of a Titanic series at the beginning of our Split 3. There we go. All right. I, maybe Knight... Oh! There we go. They swapped. It is were they
waiting to see the end stacked up? Does have the Ignite as well. Ishtal's Impact going to throw the stun into the wall. Breathe being a bit cautious as the full passive will come down here from Wenbo. Not going to use the Ignite, though he gets Tarzan close to death. And it's Tarzan that picks up first blood. So one shining light here for BLG is that Shun is likely to triple buff up on his clear.
Yeah. I like that the... Oh, hang on.
Ishtal's Impact. Oh my god. And the flash taunt is beautiful from Kyle. The full lockdown. Tarzan's going to flash over the wall to follow Shun. And Tarzan, he may be on the tank Skarner. It's not a snowbally champion like your carry junglers, Kiana, Nafiri, but J Beto, there is always innate value in getting this far ahead, and he might get even more fed here. His Own is really committed to staying in this river. Justice Punch is going to land into the taunt combination. Own's going to flash, but Ishtal's Impact doesn't care about your walls. Slam down comes across for Own. There's the Justice Charge, the heroic entrance from Shanks to get away from Shu, but he still hits the Sonic Wave. He flashes to try and get onto Shanks, but Shanks is out. No problem, though, for BLG, because Viper's here, and Knight is free hitting onto Kyle. Support traded out for... Well, maybe that Hope comes down to this bot wave and he can find that solo kill. And we're going to continue to see repeating trends in our series as Tarzan will go uncontested on that first Drake. So another game win. We're obviously get the flash off of On, but it's not going to cost them any space at the current moment, any warding quests at this point. There's a lollipop dredge line onto Kyle. Immediately forces out the heroic charge forward, but Shun goes in audaciously, and AO will punish according.
Where we were talking about before, there is so much peel on this team. There's a lot of members down here in the bot lane.
Shank's gonna throw another
Can you dive
Justice
this?
Punch combo. Dredgeline's not gonna land, but the Sonic Wave will come through, and the flash insect kick is pristine from Shun. The stand unite will not come in time, and Shun rebounds from a questionable death to get a kill over towards his mid laner.
Yep. I believe it did go to On, actually, which is not great.
Oh. Well, it's a kill.
It's something. It helps, but yeah, you'd love it on Knight. The thing is that Shun is still 1k behind. Breathe is... this counter is not working so far. Like, this supposed counter pick, I guess, is not working so far in the top lane. Breathe is doing a lot. TP in.
Wenbo going forward with the needlework. Maybe a bit early here. Kyle's going to turn around the Shadow Dash and look to get through the Gwen, and they will find that kill. Knight TP's in and just goes after the bait.
As well. You've given over 2 Drakes. I think if it's Ocean Soul, it's not as bad, but it's... I don't know. I don't think this game... you really want to be down 2 souls against this tanky comp, but it's really hard to take down.
We'll see if Tarzan can take down On and Wenbo, who are already hurting, thanks to Breathe, who is healing up very easily on the wave. TPs are coming across. That's going to be Viper coming down as Kyle used the Stand United to threaten that dive. And AL will take the win of getting that coveted TP off of one of the BLG members.
Well, the good news, or a little bit of good news, I guess, for BLG is that...
Viper.
Oh, this isn't good news.
No, he's going to have to flash the Shadow Dash and go into the Shroud. Really just seeing, he was just bloodthirsty. He wanted to try and kill off Breathe as Knight will almost casually kill off Shanks.
Wow, it's well played there from Knight, but... yeah,
we're still looking for that, right? There's still people
Yep.
calling for Flandre to come back. What better game than to keep the series alive against the 2-time champions? Wenbo going to dodge out on the Ishtal's impact, but Tarzan was much more viewing of the turret. He is going to get jumped on by Knight here as Shun's looking for a way in, but he just walks into a taunt and a Shadow Dash, and Shun goes down. Viper now looking for a way in as the flashes come forward from On. They're trying to compact AL and squish them down, but Viper gets thrown against the wall. Hero's Entrance is going to come out here from Shakes and clip Viper once again. He just can't find any of these kills, and Knight can't get through Tarzan's health bar. AL stand tall, stacked as 5, and find some coveted kills.
Yep, just too tanky from AL right now. Wenbo did very little damage at all with his ult and had a very
Around
little...
the Drake pit, and they fail at that. AL will now set their sights on Ocean Soul Point, which BLG look content giving away.
Yeah, my worry is that if you do give over Ocean Soul eventually, which BLG still have the chance in 5 minutes to fight for, how do you ever kill them? Ocean Soul is the best in long fights when you're hitting a lot of people. You're constantly applying...
I mean,
Is
it's
this
looking
fair?
like it. I mean, his health bar is not really going down. He got through maybe half the Baron on his own. Now Breeze's here with the Ghouls and the Maiden, so that Baron
damage
is getting chopped up rapidly. Shovel swing by shovel swing. Here comes BLG. On's going to hit the depth charge into the wall and immediately get taunted. He's going to flash out of the gravity well. Tarzan looking to chase down. On is out. Wenbo on the front line, trying to burn through these tanks with that needlework. Shun doesn't find a kick angle. Hero's Entrance comes down, and they pounce on Viper, who gets caught going forward. And that's the one pick that AL were really looking for. And they'll back right off and reset up for a Baron, or that Ocean Soul coming in 30 seconds. We also have door number C, which is barrel down the mid lane with your man advantage.
Yeah, do whatever you want because BLG cannot fight you in the slightest. I don't even think that was a bad attempt from BLG. It was a great Baron.
G seem content to try and flip the game here as Shun resonating strike forward onto Shanks, who's down to about half HP. He doesn't have that heroic entrance up just yet. There's still some key ultimates that are a couple seconds away from coming back online, and Tarzan and company are a bit skittish. They're going to allow BLG into the pit and try and corral them in there as Hope's Gravity Field is going to keep on away. Shun going to have to ward hop back out as Viper in the Shroud goes in. They're trying to go after the Victor, but he goes into the Stasis. It's going to be a flip for this Dragon as Shun can even survive, but he goes down, and that means Ocean Soul gets stolen by Knight.
Wow.
He somehow comes away with the Dragon. They lose their support, but at least for now, BLG haven't surrendered the Soul, and Viper is able to flash away from Tarzan.
It's still probably going to be the Baron, though. Maybe AL are not confident enough and they just want to chase down Viper. With the damage I saw from Tarzan earlier, I think it is a possibility. Viper's just going to get walked down and found eventually.
There's the taunt. Justice Punch.
Yeah.
And whoa.
Maybe.
Gets one more. Sure can flip back over. Viper, this is pretty time-consuming endeavor for Tarzan and company. He's still not down just yet. He's going to dodge again away from Tarzan.
Can he execute? It's been long enough. No,
well,
never mind.
not if he gets hit by a pebble, and he will go down. But death timer-wise, Viper is, of course, off the board for 50 seconds, but Shun's back up, On is back up on the map, and AL don't have the same man advantage anymore for the Baron.
Yeah, but they do have Hope and Kael back, so that's still pretty scary, and it seems like AL still feeling pretty confident after Viper's dead to at least start up the Baron, and BLG, it felt like a miracle that they not only got the Dragon with no jungler, but didn't get fully ace when they were all in the pit. Skarner ult completely missed, but AL have their ults back up. Needs to be Wenbo doing a lot of damage to the front line. Can he do it?
This is still just so absurd that Tarzan is effectively soloing the Baron right now as a tank. He's taking no damage.
Balanced, apparently.
Yeah, very... you know what, Tarzan? You deserved it, man. You got super fed in the early game. Let's see if he get the smite across here. Wenbo over the wall. Shun just can't get into the pit. He's going to kick Shanks away from his own self. Wenbo going after Breathe. Gets him very low with the big needlework, but the hero's entrance comes across. Smite secure. Tarzan picks up the Baron, and down goes Wenbo. Viper has respawned, but he's not here to even try and clean up a fight for BLG.
Animation, but on the HUD there was none, so it could have been a spectator bug, but I don't see how you don't win the smite fight when it's 300 against a Jace. But well done from Knight to at least deny the Ocean Soul. But yeah, we don't get to see it. Shun was kept out so well by the Galio, by the Shen. It's really hard, like you were saying, for this Lee Sin to do anything in this game. And to be honest, it's hard for BLG to even think about finding angles at all. Viper's going to look for a flank, but who can you even kill?
It's just the same reoccurring target, which is Hope. Inhibitor is going to go down, though, and AL are going to shift up towards the top side, looking to threaten two of these inhibitors. BLG have too many waves to really deal with, and with the Maiden, the Ghouls all go through, they can't afford to protect their top lane inhibitor. Viper is now proxying a mid-wave to try and slow down this push, but Breeze's got his Ghouls, the Maiden's here in a fat wave. They're just going to go knocking on these Nexus turrets. Arcane Storm's going to come down. First Nexus turret is already vanquished. Viper being marked by Shanks, so that he can't get in here. They've got like 4 Baron up cannon minions. They just get through the Nexus turrets. The Nexus is fully exposed. BLG, they got to put up one final fight at some point, and here it is. Wenbo with the needlework trying to burn through Breathe, but he's fine. Install's impact is going to grab Wenbo. He'll go down. Knight jumps on Shanks, but he goes into the stasis. Viper will find the kill on the Hope. Knight flashes away from Shanks, picks up 1 kill, but Breathe and Tarzan are too tanky, and they just keep on wailing through BLG. AL are going to find themselves the game to win and push the series.
Fighting prowess. They've got a great front line with the Cassante and, partly the Trundle. They have no guaranteed engage, but they have...
Yeah, this is the Syndra into Cassio matchup, which is very Syndra favored. We talk all endlessly about the range difference. Kael, my God, there's one thing to roam, and it's another to just create first blood on your
early game. It's a massive spoon. Getting plates, well, he hasn't got a plate yet, but chipping down the plates, getting a little bit of a CS lead, and has a little bit of, 250 gold. Shun will get the Dragon. And when Kyle hits level 6, which probably won't happen while the Grubs are up right now. It might happen in a couple of minutes.
Knight.
Flash in from Knight.
Flashes for the Miasma. Unleashed Power's going to come back out, but Knight is just going to walk him down. And bot side, Viper's been unleashed. Takes down Hope. Nice double snare from Kyle, but he is mincemeat. Double kill over to the BLG bottom lane. Well, one of them's in a great position. Another one's a decent one. Alt's feeling great because he just juked out the Tempered Fate there. Volley Slow's going to stack, and there's the Encore. Nabs Tarzan, pillar down for extra slows. Viper stacked them even further. Fury of the Sand's going to be held onto by Tarzan. He finally pops it, but it's too little too late because Viper has a hail of arrows, and he's got AL's name written on him. Double kill over to Viper.
Now 2,000 gold, had the eye, and sure, Tarzan will get a Raptors in the top side, but this is BLG this time with 2 dragons taking down
is on the mind of Viper and Knight.
We're due an Infernal Soul, I think. Let's have a look. Damn. I mean, that's Tarzan's coming up now too.
Yeah, Knight in a bit of trouble here. Sky of the Week's going to land first, and there's the Wither down. Fury of the Sands channel. Knight's trying to TP out, but DK drops the hammer. Tarzan gets himself another kill.
What's the plus health? Is it 12? 12 stacks per kill?
Yep, plus 12, baby.
That's a lot. So they actually do end up punishing the Flash basically immediately. Well played from AL. But again, you're still losing more on the other side of the map with Viper pushing in, getting a bigger lead, and Seraphine loves gold too. You've got the Herald that Shun can use at any time, and it's going to be Chemtech Soul point in 50 seconds if you can't show up and actually take a team fight. Yes, you get the kill, you get the tower in the top lane, that's great, but you need to come down here and take a fight. Tarzan is 400 stat.
So, slippery future outlook here for AL and that Drake stacking.
Don't have a massive lead through top this game.
Ooh,
nice
Kyle,
flash.
what a find! Flash bind into the Tempered Fate. Encore gonna come out, but it only grabs Kyle because Shank's flashed over it. Hope gets the big shutdown. Soon will bite down onto Kyle for a trade, but steps on a trap, and it's gonna be a double up for Hope. A huge lifeline to the Pandas. They get the, like you were talking about, the weak stages of Caitlyn. We've gotten over like the first big hump of that, I would say, with this Infinity Edge being completed. Another Tempered Fate here from Kyle, gonna force out the Ash Arrow onto Hope, who does get double tap snared, but they're just gonna blow up Shun. Unleashed Power comes across from Shanks here. They're TPing Breathe in.
Mistakes. The first one where Viper's dead, it's his mistake. He doesn't flash, he walks over a ward that his team easily could have swept. That is one of the most common ward spots in the entire game.
Wow,
and Kyle's in a really smart position, mechanically plays it well.
Of their games during Split 2, jailing Kyle in these classic 2v2 lanes, jailing him on boring enchanters when it comes to the playmaking ability. And now he gets a coveted Bard game, and he's willing AL back into it with picks like that. Tempered Fate gonna find on. Encore not gonna hit as a response, but huge headshots are coming out from Hope. TP in for Wenbo. Tarzan caught on the front line with the Fury of the Sands, keeping him topped up. The slow from the Miasma is catching Tarzan on the way out. Ragnarok used just so the Breathe can find his way to safety. And the man that created all the action for AL in these last couple minutes is the only one to find the gray screen.
Yep, when you need him most. Knight is the one that rocks up and does so much in that fight. Smite's still available. Tarzan's trying to heal off of the Wolves. Baron's doing a lot to BLG.
Scatter gonna get some decent stuns, but Tarzan doesn't have Fury of the Sands. There's no Ragnarok on Breathe. There's no reliable way to kickstart this fight. AL are just kind of sitting, hoping BLG make a mistake, and they certainly don't. Baron secured, and AL have to run all the way down the river because that Chemtech Soul Drake is back up on the map. Knight's not looking to reset. Top side for BLG isn't. Both Own and Viper are sprinting back towards this bot river. Wenbo's gonna face check. The Cassante doing his job, but how tanky really is he? Ace in the hole coming across. Wenbo stands tall, and Viper has found Hope off to the side. Breathe flashes after Viper, but he matches with a flash of his own, and flurries a hail of arrows against Breathe, and the all-out for Wenbo sets up a huge petrified gaze from Knight to 5-2. A blast code for Kyle is the only sanctum of safety as BLG wiped the floor with the Pandas once more.
And that might just be the game, Slayer. Baron for BLG for another 2 minutes. Chemtech Soul as well. If the game isn't over right now, it's very close to being over. You lose the Baron. You don't even contest. You want to set up for the Dragon. You're not allowed to. BLG will chase you down. and fight you again and again. Viper.
Bilibili Gaming want them. So how do you overcome such a hypocritical kind of spot to be in? Or ironic, nonetheless. Temper Fate not going to land. They're fishing for Knight. Asher once again was going to be Mikhail's used on the Hope. But without that trap line set up and without the threat of a Scatter of the Week, BLG slowly whittle down this tier 2 turret. They're going to go on to Wenbo instead, who eats the entire Unleashed power. The Wither Slow is going to make sure Wenbo's going to have to use any of his movement abilities to get out. He commits the flash. Now he's looking to turn around on a Tarzan. He's going to go all out. I think he's just buying time here and will finally die, but not much to be gained there for BLG. They at least get the top lane.
Happy to take, poke and prod and see if they can make AL make a mistake, whether it's Shanks TPing in a bad spot or whether they can find a pillar onto somebody like Tarzan here. The arrow.
Arrow, it catches on to Kyle. He doesn't have the Mikhail's up, and he's done for. Nice catch from Viper, and one of the few last remaining engaged tools for AL is now off the board, and Shun is showing some confidence. He's going to subjugate onto Tarzan. Hope is trying to cleanse the pillar slow, but the flash encore brings in two. Own's very own Siren Song lures AL to their own demise.
And that should be it, Slayer. Very nice engage. Arrow onto Kyle. Nothing he can do, like you said. No Mikhail's that was used earlier. BLG bide their time. They don't need the Elder. They don't need the Baron at the end. But they do need the first seed.
They still look to retain an undefeated series score early in to split 3 here. Wenbo going to put the bow on top of it, finishing off Shanks. Breathe is going to get on top of Viper and finally do what Olaf was drafted to do. But it's too little, too late to the newest member of AL. They will see their undefeated start to split 3 come to an end. BLG continue the one-sided affair up against the Pandas in 2026. 3-0, go BLG.